In addition to electrifying the WNBA, Caitlin Clark's quick ascent has drawn praise and adoration from some of the sport's greatest legends, as well as from supporters who have defended her against the criticism she has received. Regarding Clark's influence on women's basketball, Michael Jordan, who is considered by many to be the best basketball player of all time, recently made a statement. His acclaim marked a turning point and acknowledged her pivotal contribution to raising the WNBA's profile. Jordan's recognition supports the notion that Clark's skill extends beyond women's basketball and shapes perceptions of the sport as a whole. NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry has also defended Clark, denouncing the abuse she has seen from certain WNBA players. Barry stressed that Clark's outstanding abilities should be acknowledged rather than mocked, attributing the animosity to fear and jealousy. His scathing comments forced detractors to consider how they may disparage a player who is pushing the game to new heights. Similar thoughts were expressed by another basketball hero, George Gervin. Gervin, who is well known for his grace and control on the court, was blunt in his criticism of Clark's treatment. His remarks praised her accomplishments and emphasized her capacity to motivate a fresh crop of athletes and supporters. Less well-known, former NBA players have also voiced their opinions. Former NBA champion and All-Star Jeff Teague has been very critical of the WNBA's handling of Clark's increasing power. Teague drew attention to the discrepancy between Clark's obvious talent and the lackluster response she has gotten from some league players. Teague's candor, unencumbered by the demands of a prominent media career, illuminates the larger societal factors behind Clark's ascent. These top basketball voices from many ages and viewpoints come together to honor Caitlin Clark's genius and denounce those who would undermine her accomplishments. Clark's ability to win the respect of basketball greats and handle adversity with grace solidifies her position as one of the most significant players in the game today. Caitlin Clark's WNBA career has generated a lot of discussion and responses from fans, current players, and basketball veterans. Jeff Teague blasted the WNBA for its hostile treatment of Clark, pointing out that it hinders the league's development both financially and culturally. He demanded that Clark be treated better, highlighting her contribution to increasing the league's prominence. Early in the season, Paul Pierce caused controversy and raised questions about Clark's ability to play basketball. Pierce later expressed measured regard for her, but he suggested that her exclusion from the U.S. The Olympic roster wasn't only determined by merit. As always, he makes controversial remarks that appear to be intended to maintain his reputation in the media. In contrast, Shaquille O'Neal made an unannounced appearance on Angel Reese's podcast, where he gave a forceful support of Clark in light of Reese's outspoken condemnation of Clark. Critics were silenced in a dramatic moment as Shaq's compliments highlighted Clark's indisputable skill. Dwight Howard presented an original viewpoint, speculating that Clark's Olympic rejection might have been a secret advantage. He maintained that she was able to hone her abilities by missing the Olympics, which ultimately resulted in her outstanding performance in the second half. Renowned for his perceptive observations, Isaiah Thomas commended Clark's skill while drawing attention to how the media heightened the atmosphere around her visit. His fair assessment took into account the difficulties Clark faced as well as the reasons why her detractors act the way they do. Indiana superstar and renowned marksman Reggie Miller adopted a old-school strategy. Although his remarks appeared to ignore the extreme animosity Clark has faced, he maintained that hardship is a necessary part of the rookie experience. Reactions to Clark's dismissal from the American Olympic team were not quite unanimous. While some, like Howard, viewed the decision as a chance for development, others, like Pierce, questioned it. While some WNBA players have expressed their disdain in public, others have chosen to be more subdued. The difficulties Clark is facing as a rookie have only been exacerbated by this environment. By reviving interest in women's basketball, Clark's ascent has helped close the gender gap in sports prominence. However, as Isaiah Thomas pointed out, the controversy surrounding her entrance has been both beneficial and detrimental, attracting attention and subjecting her to unjustified animosity. Notwithstanding the difficulties, Clark's brilliance is still evident, winning her the admiration of fans as well as the respect of legends. Her legacy is barely getting started thanks to her ability to handle these situations with calm and elegance. Basketball luminaries, the media, and fans have all been enthralled by Caitlin Clark's WNBA journey, with conversations centered on her impact, talent, and treatment. Caitlin's potential was hailed by Magic Johnson, co-owner of the Los Angeles Sparks, who likened her and other rookies' rise to his competition with Larry Bird, which brought the NBA back to life. While avoiding the conflicts, he gave high plaudits and placed an emphasis on patience and teamwork. In his usual directness, Charles Barkley praised Clark's fortitude and attacked the media and WNBA players for their unkind behavior. Barkley referred to Clark's needless, violent play as malevolent and detrimental to the league. He also criticized decision-makers for not doing enough to safeguard and advance her. Speaking out about Clark for the first time, Michael Jordan said the WNBA is incredibly grateful to her for bringing the sport to a higher level. In an indication that the league needs to accept her influence, he demanded improved officiating and appreciation for her accomplishments on the floor. Steph Curry, who is frequently compared to Clark in basketball because of their similar shooting abilities, publicly praised her abilities and stage presence. Curry's comment on their mutual capacity to inspire teammates and enthrall spectators supported Clark's analogies to his style of play. A possible three-point shootout or other noteworthy teamwork could result from their mutual appreciation. Both players and legends have criticized Clark's treatment by the WNBA and media. While some view her as a financial asset to the league, others regard her as a danger. This contentiousness highlights how difficult it was for her to make the move to the working world. With the help of icons like Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, and Steph Curry, Clark's star power keeps increasing in spite of obstacles. Their support and her indisputable talent could influence not just her career, but also the direction of women's basketball in the future. Basketball veterans have taken notice of Caitlin Clark's quick ascent in the WNBA, and many believe her journey has revolutionized women's basketball. Her talent, difficulties, and future have been discussed by former NBA greats in a variety of ways. According to Kevin Garnett, who is renowned for his unrivaled work ethic and fierce competitiveness, Caitlin's tough play and scrutiny are normal parts of growing up. He sees defensive attention as a sign of respect and believes that these difficulties are essential to developing a winning mentality. Garnett's position emphasizes how important resiliency is in producing basketball stars. Meanwhile, Caitlin has received unwavering support from Shaquille O'Neal, who has praised her capacity to overcome hardship. In keeping with the adage, game recognizes game, Shaq's support solidifies Clark's standing as one of basketball's best players. As Clark keeps making headlines, she gains more respect for her ability to improve the WNBA, as well as for her on-court prowess. Her postseason triumph has solidified her as the real deal, earning her the respect of industry titans who acknowledge her capacity to transform the competitive and business environments of the game. Basketball luminaries all agree that Caitlin Clark possesses the talent, charm, and will to change the course of history. Their support highlights the enthusiasm for her future and the significant influence she is anticipated to have on women's